FURIA might snag it for themselves first. No, they go for the Mars, one of the other big bad bruisers that is still available in the hero pool. Also could be a small deny pick if Quincy did not want to commit for the Void Spirit in the off lane. They could have maybe crept in the Mars as a good, strong egg
And it
defender.
would be really good. It would be
Yeah.
really good because Void Spirit Queen can definitely play it on the mid lane,
10 seconds
and
remaining.
then you would have the Mars to round up that team fight together with Phoenix
5
and Lich.
seconds
Yep.
It would
remaining.
be difficult to play against that.
Axe is still out there, and some teams have picked Axe where Mars or other egg defenders have not been available. Again, I don't know yet if they're even still seeking further offlaner or not, depending on where this Void Spirit goes. But if they wanted to have someone to start the fight and push forward, it could be the Axe. The problem being that the Axe would likely face against the Tusk, and we know Tusk and his tag team very strong against those meaty offlaners. They might need to have someone who has more of an escape mechanism, let's say, to avoid the potential trouble that a Tusk lane could bring.
Yeah. You really want to dodge Tusk while he has the tag
Dire
team,
team
so
pick.
any sort of mobility is great, but what's even better is getting this Ursa versus a Mars on safe lane.
Oh, yeah.
Now the Mars should have a really bad lane there.
Oh my God, yeah, Ursa Lich, that's pretty nice, right? Ice armor, Ursa running in, that's trouble.
You buy yourself an Orb of Venom as well on Ursa, and
Ooh,
Mars is just gone. He does have a
10
strong lane
seconds
though.
remaining.
yeah.
With Tusk or with Grimstroke, Mars does dish
5
out quite a
seconds
lot of
remaining.
damage. And Ursa, if he doesn't get those stacks on time, like you can rough him up easily.
Radiant team ban.
See what they go. All right, we have seen this banned out in the last game, so FURIA really loves to play their Invoker. I didn't see that it in the last couple of their series, but we'll see what they can do in this one with it.
Looking like again they're going to put all of their scaling ability into this final pickup, whether it be some like
10
your Spectres or
seconds
your
remaining.
AMs or your Terrorblades or what have you, or Alchemists. I don't know. A lot of options
5
out there for
seconds
real
remaining.
high scaling action. The Invoker adding more of the crowd control. Great to work with the Mars when you know where the action is going to be taking place, and then obviously Alacrity, extra bit of attack speed when you're going against the Phoenix Egg doesn't hurt either. But it's a very momentum-based kind of hero and thrives on having a very successful mid lane here. And it looks like Quincy are going to have the last say in potentially what that mid lane matchup is. And you're going against Quinn. I mean, that's going to be tough. I fear a little bit for the Invoker, and I hope that it's not going to be too dominant for Quinn if they set this up perfectly.
Yeah, they can pretty much finalize this draft any way they wanted to. They could put the Void Spirit on mid lane, they could put it on the off lane as well. If they think that the matchup is decent enough, they can give Quinn the Void Spirit mid, but
Dire team ban.
something tells me they'll do something different and just last pick for him. Just like you said, they have the last pick, so why not use it to get your midder the best possible matchup?
Well, what do you think is the best last pick for FURIA, though? A ban on Wraith King is pretty warranted. Another great scaling core. It's got to be someone who can obviously swing with Ursa. I don't know
10
if
seconds
Troll
remaining.
might be that kind of guy who can really throw down.
So you're thinking about
5
Ursa,
seconds
and you're also
remaining.
thinking about hero that can deal with the Phoenix Sec,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yep.
Those two things have to be in your mind. So Troll
Troll.
definitely
Sounds
has a
good.
lot of attack speed, could work. Something
Dire
like a
team,
Slark
Radiant
perhaps with that
team
leash
pick.
is also decent. All right,
Or what is that? What
yeah,
is this?
this is the SA special right here. It's the Abaddon carry, right?
Unless it's a
I
safe
guess it
lane
is.
Mars. We saw Nigma earlier today do the Miracle Mars, though in that game it was Miracle Mars with a GH Wisp. But
Yeah, but you don't really want
10
Abaddon
seconds
versus
remaining.
Ursa on the lane.
true, very
So
true. Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
happening. But still,
You don't
5
really want
seconds
Mars as well,
remaining.
but like, what
yeah.
can you do?
But Abaddon, really? That's the option. That's what we go for here, huh? That says to me it's not a really scaling core, right? What do you do with an Abaddon who gets a lot of farm? You get Radiance,
You
yeah,
just,
and you run
yeah,
through them.
that's the plan, I guess. Just rush that
Choose
Radiance.
your hero.
Yeah, Queen will be playing the Void Spirit on the mid lane, Beastmaster MSS on the off lane versus the Abaddon. Um, yeah, we'll just see how well he'll be able to play because they just completely well, they didn't really completely switch up their game style, right? Because in that last game they had a Radiance building carry, and now they have the same thing in this Abaddon. If
Yeah.
he goes for that Radiance, which I think he has to.
But how does the mid game go? This isn't like an Abaddon who has like a haunt that will just jump into fights and suddenly get a boost of XP and get their hands dirty. But I think that it's even more pressure on FURIA. The lane setup also doesn't seem too great either when you have the Mars potentially to be laned against the Ursa. I imagine if Quincy have the last pick and they feel confident that Beastmaster will win in a matchup against the Abaddon too, and then all that's left is Quinn's Void Spirit matchup, and it looks like he's going to be going against who? The Invoker? Which Invoker was picked later, but yeah, I don't know.
I have a lot of questions as well. A lot of questions surrounding this FURIA's draft. Invoker as well has to do a lot, so I suspect this is going to be a Quaswex Invoker. Abaddon, if he's going for that Radiance, he will be a non-factor for a really long time, and because of that, Invoker will have to rotate about, help out the Mars. But the damage department, if this is the Quaswex Invoker, is also lacking. Your supports, Grimstroke and Tusk, aren't really that great later on to bring you burst or steady damage over time. Not nearly as much as Phoenix and Lich can contribute in that department for Quincy crew.
All right, let's get into it, folks. Game number 2 of Quincy crew, formerly known as Chaos, going against FURIA. FURIA currently, I believe, 0-2 in the Pro Series, trying to get that first series win. Quincy crew 2-0 on a good track to meet Team Crazy at the top of the group stage, who currently sit 3-0. Yawar surrounded by 4. Man, I gotta say, it's been quite a while since I've seen one of these classic First Blood moves. And FURIA bring it back out, and they shut Yawar down, and they're throwing all the tips they can, trying to pay him back for the last game.
30 seconds to battle.
It's a good way to start the game, at least. Mars will have a little bit of an easier time versus the Ursa. And they should have these 2 bounty runes on the bottom lane easily secured.
Every character has some like obnoxious laugh line, it seems like. That's like way too many ha-has. Got to see War still
it's the easiest one to spam. Phoenix doesn't have one. He has the Triumphant Squawk. That's something at least.
All right. Well, lanes seem to be not as expected yet. I wonder if they're just securing Sexy Fat, and then if Duster is going to be joining that top lane Abaddon, or can they leave Abaddon on his own? I imagine not, right?
SVG might die here, actually.
Wait, where is SVG at? Oh, there he is.
He stole the bounty rune. That's what he did.
TP to the mid lane. Oh, they really want to get this kill.
Oh,
Sexy Fat cancel this TP.
This isn't even worth it at this point.
Oh,
He's gonna get the kill. He got 140 gold, but look at his experience. He's missing a full wave here on the bottom lane now.
But
actually,
Tusk gets
he
a
is.
full wave.
No, Yavar was pushing, and because of that, he will not miss a lot of it at least. Lich also doesn't have a TP, so he's forced to run bottom, and because of that, Yavar will be facing 3 heroes now for a minute or so, which is a really bad start for him.
Yeah, I wonder if FURIA know that the Lich TP is not there and they can quickly add the pressure to the lane. It looks like they're going to wait a bit. Duster heads back to pick up something from his courier first. So by the time they return, I think Lich will be there, and Yawar will avoid any potential 3-on-1 scary opportunity. And mid lane, the Void Spirit versus Invoker is underway, with Void Spirit getting an awful lot of denies here, I gotta say. Quinn is 6-6. Oh, goodness. 3-0 of the Invoker. That's a nice start. But bottom. Yep. Oh, beautiful shard, beautiful ink swell. Unfortunately, Lich can't do much about that. He's just throwing out his casual right click. Doesn't even have.
As well,
yeah, they're trying to tilt Quincy here. That's their best shot, is trying to shake up Yawar, put him in tilt land a bit as they fully aggro him.
Is it like can you actually be allowed to tip after the way the first game went?
Yeah, I know, right?
You know what I mean. Like Really?
I wonder if this means that if Quincy can pull this back, they might give him some salty tips back. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, definitely.
that's the FURIA way, though. The FURIA don't care how first game went. First game is history. This is game number 2. And if they're winning, they're tipping.
Bottom lane, it's all good. Mid lane though, Murdoch did drop a bit low, but he should be fine.
It puts out the cold snap, but Quinn is already at a fresh level 4, while Murdoch is 3.5. You can see the denies really coming into play as he's 15-9 to Invoker's 8-2. Still committing right under the tower. SVG manages to snipe a courier on the bottom lane. It may cost him his life. Yawar tries to hop in from behind and get some back scratches on to Sexy Fat here. SVG trying to make a little bit of distance, but ultimately gets chopped down. Yawar still chasing, still trying to stack the charges. Will be able to get the grab. Thinking he can man up here onto Heiko, but goes back to the lane instead. Bloodshed all over the place for that bottom lane, but Yawar happy to get a kill.
Yeah, he tries to turn, but there's just too many Fury swipes on him that even the tag team, it just doesn't help.
We haven't talked much about the top lane, but MSS is doing pretty good here. He's second highest CS in the game, 20-7 on the Beastmaster. Abaddon 12-0. That's your safe lane farming Abaddon.
They started as a tri-lane on the bottom lane, right? But Phoenix, he remained top, and because of that, it was 2 of them versus 1 solo Abaddon, which allowed MSS to just roll out of control and have as much farm as he does right now. Bottom lane, nah, no kills there. I'm just debating you.
It's okay. I'd rather be debated with nothing than miss something and further get ridiculed by everybody.
Okay, bottom lane again.
I got you this time. Snowball save does come out. And now they put their attention onto Yawar. Sexy Fat eats the Ice Blast. They feel good about throwing out the spear. The shard timing, though, is not quite there. And it ends up screwing up things. And now Yawar is going to be confident to not take 1, but take 2 names. Double kill for Yawar at the bottom. And he's happy to throw the tips. Yeah, hit him back with the tips, baby. That's what they do.
Even MSS from the offlane throws in a tip.
I mean, if you want to play a tipping game, you got to be able to take what you could dish.
It's Heiko though. Heiko deserved those tips, not Sexy Fat.
True.
The shards really messed that up. The shards made Ursa kill both of them.
Real unfortunate there for the Tusk Duster. Woo!
He's fine.
Barely
all fine. However, Abaddon, they might dive him here. They know there's no TP on Grimstroke.
Yep.
And because of that, he might fall.
Yep. I don't know, lizZard. We're looking at a bit of a game 1 situation here as they look at the CS. Who's the top 3? It's each of the lanes for Quincy.
Yeah, they're kind of losing all 3 lanes once again. It's looking rough.
I can see the idea. They were hoping to have that aggression onto Yawar early on. It was successful, even with the cheeky first blood. They followed up with an initial takedown, and Murdoch now going to be feeling the wrath of Quinn, as Quinn is level 6. He gets that first strike onto Murdoch, and Quinn is just letting him know, gives him the tip. Yawar on the bottom, dominating, getting the kill onto Sexy Fat. Heiko just confidently throwing himself into the fray. May end up regretting it, will regret it. Yawar double kill. Okay, well, this is getting ugly real fast.
It's not looking that great, is it?
It's only 6 minutes in, and it is looking painful.
Abaddon forced to go to the jungle. Meanwhile, on the mid lane, perhaps they can do something.
Okay. Duster moves in with the Inkswell, does find connection, and they're able to sweep down Biver. FURIA will take anything they can. Nice spear back onto Quinn, but he's mitigating a lot of that damage and will jump to the high ground safely. Oh, rotation in from Heiko, but he's too late. And this is a lot of people from FURIA in the mid lane.
I like this. This is what I mean. I don't really like it, but they have to do something different. They need to bring pretty much everyone in these skirmishes. Make this game crazy. Just put Quincy crew out of comfort zone. Right now, if you just go and play out the laning stage, you will lose.
Yeah, mix it up. They're going to have to go for the high risk, high reward type plays. Just run around maybe. find kills, get full barbarian on him. Uh-oh. Oh
Exactly,
my gosh.
just do
Fiverr
something.
has been
Fiverr.
spotted. Forced to Icarus dive out. The shards anticipated by Biver, so he just takes to the low ground. Poor Murdoch. Murdoch can't even show himself in the lane anymore. He knows that Quinn is lurking and could strike at any moment. He needs to wait for help. Oh no. Heiko a little too far out. Does get hit with the ink swell. Tries to snowball all the way in. And now he's a bit far from his friends. The jump in from Quinn, and he'll make him pay.
Yeah, they're just trying to their best to bring Murdoch back into the game, but Quinn alone is so difficult to take down.
And they're even
Rotation
confidently,
for Murdoch bottom.
yeah. Oh, he's got to ditch that mid lane and make something happen elsewhere. They have that ward. I think it sees Murdoch now. And they're going to jump him. Oh,
yeah,
man. That would be such a huge hit to the morale if Murdoch's first rotation over, they catch him and kill him. And it may happen here. Murdoch puts out the tornado. It helps a bit. Sexy Fat trying to intervene. Murdoch trying to run. Don't do this to my wizard. But he's all the way in, and he gets the kill done. He's going to follow it up with a potential takedown on the Sexy Fat, and Quinn shows up. Oh, no. Quinn's here, and he's slashing everybody down, and they're throwing tips to everybody. MSS is not even doing anything, and he's throwing tips in on the action. He's like, I got top lane, don't worry.
Just chilling on the top lane, tipping people.
He's the highest net worth in the game. Like, he's not even getting involved, and if he does, it's going to be even that much more painful. It might be a fast night for FURIA here, unfortunately. And we're not done yet. Bottom tier 1. Here they go, fighting in forward, trying to muscle him down. It's decent damage, but not even Sexy Fact's shield is going to fend off Yawar. They can't stop this bear. He's just running at him with reckless abandonment.
He has ulti still. He still has ulti to work with.
Oh, man. Quinn jumps right in the middle of him. Hits him where it hurts. Oh, my God. It doesn't look good. Your kids, don't let him watch this.
You need to bring Abaddon at least. Make him a part of all of it. But wait, no you don't. He's only level 6. What's he gonna do? He doesn't even have his ulti leveled. Never mind. Forget that idea. Just try to split push. Try to I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It's a really difficult situation to be in.
Oh
not that I
God.
haven't been in similar situations, but yeah.
But in an official like this one, it really leaves you scratching your head. I thought the last game was the most one-sided start to a game, but this one is looking to beat that one out. The top 3 cores on Quincy are on just a different level. MSS is playing full-blown PvE. He's been up here for like 10 minutes, just taking the top lane.
He doesn't care. He only sees towers. That's it. He's this kind of a guy right now.
I seriously want to tweet at MSS and be like, did you actually have fun this game? Did you have fun? Because I don't think you did.
You know, he had a couple of tips. That's fun, right?
Right,
kind
yeah.
of tipping.
He's the hype man, just kind of chiming in here and there. But only RDO can somewhat lane against him. And even that is not comfortable because he's being out-leveled by 2. I know I'm not watching too much of the action here bottom. It's just more Yawar slicing everyone up. What do you guys want to see? Do you really want to see FURIA get slaughtered like this? It's hard to watch.
Just go back to Beast MSS. He's
how
actually
dare
getting
you?
involved. Look.
Very unethical.
Look at this.
Unethical play from MSS, rotating away from that top lane and trying to get in on the action. But I guess since he has no more towers at top, he's like, I'll go mid. There's towers here I can farm.
They should make these.
Oh my God.
Glitch.
SVG. All right, nice snowball to cancel out the chain frost there. But it only holds him in place for the rest of Quincy crew to rotate over. And there's our egg. Quinn cleans out and finishes off Murdoch.
Sexy Fat was fast enough to at least kill the wave, so they don't really have creeps to work with on the mid lane. They can't pressure this tier 2. That's something. That's delaying the game, at least to the 15-minute mark again. How's Zaba doing? What does he have? Oh, he's actually... Wait, he's not going for Radiance, he's going for
Dire's middle
Dominator.
tower is under attack.
So he wants to be involved as well, as early as possible, but I don't know how much that Dominator will do. SVG?
All right, that's a promising kill here for them, but
Radiant's top tower is
Oh,
under
the
attack.
tips!
nice. That'll hit the tips.
Dire's bottom
Makes
tower
it feel
is
better.
under attack.
But, you know, like sharks in water, Quincy crew wait outside the door. You are getting a bit greedy. I like how he just casually front flips out of the arena like it's no big deal.
Radiant structure
And then kills Duster. He still holds the Aegis. And does lose it. Here's MSS. He moves in with that first Primal Roar.
top tower
And Quinn's looking to clean out Sexy Fat. Does so. Murdoch will be potentially next. They all come crumbling down. A couple of buybacks here. God, I wonder if we will see the GG call before 15 minutes here. Oh
Oh.
my goodness.
One fight with the
Oh
RDO
my
as
goodness.
middle tower is under attack.
Oh, don't hit him too much. You're going to give him life. Okay, well. Okay.
They're buying
Go!
back and Walker
This
is
is it.
alive.
They're already throwing in everything they got. Final hurrah for Furia here as Sexy Fat dies again. I mean, they have low death timers at least. They'll be back soon. There's RDO's second life. GG,
GG.
boys! Murdoch makes the call. Today was not the day for Furia. Quincy crew get us back on schedule and then some. They closed this one out in 14 minutes.
Well, that's such a nice
Wow.
way to call GG as well. They were like, GG boys, so good, well played, well played. You know, there's no spite there, there's no hatred, nothing like that. There's just appreciate players that are currently a little bit higher skilled than they are. You know, it's
Yeah.
good. It's all good.
Quincy are a very established team. They definitely have a lot of skill in comparative to Furia. You know, not to give Furia the extra Johns or excuses, but we got to remember they are playing with that little bit of lag. And but even with that, God, just such a commanding position for Quincy crew. I imagine a lot of the credit going to some of the drafts they were able to put together for themselves, especially that first game being blessed with the Coddle Ember, and then just success for each lane. Furia trying to bring out some interesting ideas, you know, with this like carry Abaddon, but ultimately, you know, Quincy crew came and just I don't know. It was like watching watching an adult play basketball against a toddler. It just was a beating.
Two games of this series lasted what 30 minutes? Not even 30 minutes. In like the first one was 15, the second one 14, 29 minutes in total. Yeah.
Woo!
It was a beating.
That's
for
a
real. I expected to cast here with you at least until 6 in the morning again, and we're done at 3 a.m. Now, I mean, I don't mind.
I think
can go to
that's
sleep.
that's when we started our second series yesterday. I think.
Yeah,
this
it
time.
was. Yeah, it was.
That's so funny.
And then we had that what was it? Like an offlane game. Remember the
That's right.
75 minutes or something. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Well, today is a bit swifter, as I'm going to quickly try to update the standings and get everything situated here. Let me just press a couple of buttons. But what a swift little day for us. This puts Quincy crew at 3-0, and they will be moving up into the top spot right next to Crazy. Here, let me go ahead now, and I can show everybody the standings as I've updated them. There we go. All right, so your updated standings after today's action. Crazy and Quincy crew at the top, 3-0 apiece. I can't wait for them to play each other. Evil Geniuses just behind, 3-1, as they dropped their series today to none other than Cloud9, who scored their first series win at 1-4. Right in the middle, we still have Business Associates 1 and 2, Thunder Predator 3 and 2. You know, unfortunately for Furia, I didn't actually update Furia's score there. They're not 0-2. They're actually 0 and 3. There we go. And Beast Coast 0 and 2. So still plenty of group stage action to come. But I believe that is going to be the last day for me for a couple of days. I believe Moxie's also going to be coming back in. and taking over perhaps with Jenkins. That should be a good time. But that will conclude today's gameplay. And lizZard, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for joining me on what was a bit of a short notice. And I know you, of
It's
course,
fine.
coming in from Ukraine, right? So the hours
Yeah,
must be
dude,
quite ridiculous.
yeah, they are, but I'm in quarantine. What else am I gonna do? You know,
Fair enough.
it's a good way to pass my time. Thanks a lot for inviting me. It was fun to cast some NA-dos with you.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure, my man. People in the chat, please send your love to lizZard Dota. Follow him on the Twitter or just give him a heart in the chat. Either way, greatly appreciated. And thank you again, lizZard. I'm going to mute you out now and say my final goodbyes. So see you later, sir.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Guys, thank you so much. Enjoyed all of the action today. Let me look up what's in store for us tomorrow. Tomorrow, April 17th, right? Tomorrow, April 17th. Oh, goody. This is going to be a real fun day of action. Are you ready? Tomorrow, our first best of 3 is going to be Evil Geniuses versus Quincy Crew, and then Cloud9 versus FURIA. Okay, so that could be the start of Cloud9, getting all those wins, keeping a spot in the playoffs. Evil Geniuses trying to bounce back into the win column while Quincy Crew are trying to stay undefeated. I'm hyped for it. All right. And I believe it is going to be Moxie bringing that action to you tomorrow. And that closes out the show today. So thank you again, everybody, for coming by and tuning in. It's been a pleasure. I'll catch you later on when the playoffs do begin. Take care and stay healthy. Have a nice day.